I think we all know on some level how important sleep is, but I think that a lot of us don't realize how crucial good sleep is for our mental, emotional, and physical health. It is during sleep that our body repairs itself, that it cleans out our brain, gets rid of some of the things we don't need. I think maybe that might be why I have the weird dreams that I have. And it's the time, the amount of sleep that we get, the quality of sleep that we get, the time of day where we sleep. Nighttime is the best. I'm sorry for those of you who have worked nighttime shifts. You probably have to figure things out to help your sleep and your cognitive function. But sleep does affect our cognitive function. It affects our weight gain or loss. It affects many different aspects of our body and our health. So I have a lot of things I could say about sleep, but I'm not going to say them all in this video because that would take too long. But I do want to start out with saying that your body and your brain like routine. They like to know that things are happening at certain times of day and in the same way that they're used to. I've said before, our brain, is kind of like a toddler. You treat it like a toddler, talk to it like a toddler. And I don't know, those of you who've raised kids, we had a bedtime routine so that our toddler or our child would know it's time for bed. We would go do a bath and we would brush our teeth and then read a story and say prayer and it was time to go to sleep. Just because we're adults, that doesn't change. We still need a routine. Our bodies and our brains, they like that routine. It helps set us up for sleep. And I'm not going to talk about all the different things that you could do for routine. There's many different things. Everybody's different. What works for you for your routine. I may in another video give ideas if you need ideas of things that can help with the routine. I will say that one thing that can be helpful is setting an alarm about at least an hour before you want to actually get into bed, and to cue yourself. Remember we talked about habits of cues. To cue yourself that it's time to get ready for bed, time to turn off the electronics, and time to start creating that bedtime routine and that sleepiness that your body needs before you actually get into bed. That brings me to the next thing, which is your bed should only be used for sleep and romantic things, and nothing else. And that was a hard one for me. I've been working on that one because I like, reading a book in bed, or, sometimes we scroll through our phones on bed or in bed, or talk on the phone in bed, or watch TV in bed. But all of those things are telling your body and your brain our bed is not necessarily always a relaxing place. Some of those kinds of activities don't always help us to sleep. They get our minds going. And so if you can, decide that there's going to be somewhere else. Now, I have a chair in my bedroom, and so sometimes I will just sit in that chair, right before bed or something, and I'll read there, or watch something in my chair. I'm still in my bedroom, but I'm in my chair and not my bed. So I'm trying to make my bed just for sleep, so it's a little easier to sleep. And then this next one, I am a believer in, but I will admit I am not a complete convert. And that is to go to bed and wake up in the morning at the same time every day. Now, I wake up about 4:30 or 5 during the week because I have to be to work by 6:30. I don't want to wake up at 4:30 or 5 on Saturday and Sunday. That's how I get myself up during the week, is I promise myself, oh, you can sleep in on Saturday. So now sleeping in, because my body's used to that, sleeping in looks like, 6 or 6:30. So I don't feel so bad. It's not like I'm sleeping half the day away, but I do not get up at the exact same time every day. I will admit it. But I try to stay within, a couple hours range, and that's a good thing. And some of you may find that if you're used to getting up a certain time, your body won't let you sleep in anyway, because it's so used to it, because it likes a routine. Now, I recognize that some of you have things that keep you awake that you really don't have a lot of control over, like children, illness. There are different things, and so this is, but still try the best you can to get some good sleep, some quality sleep. And I'll do some more videos on this, giving you ideas of things that you can do that can help with that sleep. One of the things that often keeps people awake at night are their thoughts and their worries. And that's another thing, we don't want to associate our bed with worrying. I know, easier said than done, because at night it seems like it's the best time to worry, because we're not doing anything else to distract us, and they all come at us at once, all our worries. So I will probably in the next video be talking a little bit about that. So try to get a good night's sleep.